This is a fan-generated show. If you would like to support us, please go to jamieglazov.com, and also don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. All your support is greatly appreciated.
Welcome to the Glazov Gang. This is a Nonie Darwish moment. Every time Trump gives a law and order speech, the liberal left say it's promoting police state. That happens even after a weekend of Islamic terror with knives and pressure cookers, and the civil arrests that we're seeing in Charlotte, North Carolina. The far left sees no conflict in bringing in thousands upon thousands of Muslim refugees and preserving law and order and civil liberties is going to suffer from that. They don't seem to see any conflict in that. I have news for them from a person who've lived under Islam for 30 years. Islamic values and Sharia law are a natural threat to any non-Muslim government. How are you going to resolve this challenge to our law and order system, to our democracy, to our freedoms, and our constitution? Leftists claim to care about civil liberties. They care about privacy and are against heavy-handed police, government intrusion. And we're all for that. Who doesn't want to have liberty and privacy? We all want it. One condition, that if we welcome in this country Islam without vetting, without the proper vetting of Muslims, this is going to challenge our civil liberties, our privacy, and it's going to bring, we have to have heavy-handed police to protect us from the terrorism, which is at that time is going to be more important than privacy. They don't seem to understand why countries with large numbers of Muslims are mostly police state governments with no individual freedoms. There is a reason for that. The left cannot continue to eat its cake and have it too. If they want to bring in hundreds of thousands of Muslim refugees, they should be able to explain to future generations in America why our freedoms are eroding. Islamic law clearly dictates that Islam and Sharia must control government. Islamic Sharia clearly states that any government that is not Islamic must be challenged. It must be opposed, and Muslim citizens must rebel against it. This is written in the Sharia books. Islamic citizens under Sharia are commanded to obey only Islamic governments, and they must challenge and disobey non-Islamic governments. And now, this is going to be a huge challenge for us, for our government, for our way of life. Such a challenge to American sovereignty, to our constitution and form of government is happening today under the guise of fundamentally changing America and people who are not standing for the national anthem. These are all signs of the beginning of challenging our way of life and our government and our constitution. This is not an accident. Does the left see any contradictions here? The left claims to have the higher moral ground, but have no problem calling fellow American citizens our family, our American family. They call it despicable names, such as racist, and a basket of deplorables. I cringe when I hear words like that is thrown on decent American citizens by other American citizens. By the way, this is not unseen by the world. The world sees that, and frankly, those who oppose us love it. To the left, I have a few questions. Do you really think you can absorb millions of Muslims, but at the same time, get no challenge by Islam to our basic liberal values, to our democracy, to our form of government? How comfortable are you with a religion that kills those who leave it? I am under a death threat by Islam because I left Islam. Are you comfortable with that? Are you aware that wherever Muslims go, they must control government and must live under Sharia? That is huge. Islamic law requires Muslims to destroy any government that is not Islamic. Why do you think there are constant revolutions and counter-revolutions and civil unrest in the Middle East? Why do you think that? Do you know that under Sharia, a Muslim head of state can come to power through seizure of power, meaning through force? A Muslim citizen is encouraged to remove or assassinate any leader who does not rule by Sharia and who doesn't want to do jihad. Why do you think President Sadat of Egypt was killed? He was assassinated because he didn't follow Sharia. Muslim citizens are required to obey Islamic leaders who rule by Sharia. Muslim citizens cannot obey our American leaders if they are not Islamic and if they are not ruling by Sharia. I hope you can understand that. I'm speaking to the far left in America. Muslim citizens are supposed to rebel against any form of government that's not Islamic and obey all forms of governments that are Islamic and that rule by Sharia, even if they are unjust. It's well known that under Islamic law, you are not supposed to obey a non-Islamic government, and you're supposed to obey every Islamic government, even if it's unjust. This is written in the Sharia, ladies and gentlemen. Do you know that after every Islamic revolution, a new constitution are drafted in every Arab country that has a revolution? What kind of a stable government is that? Every 10 years or so, there's a revolution in an Islamic country, and they want to have a new constitution. Why is that? Because there is a constant war under Islam between people who want to live a normal life and people who want to live under Sharia. The ideology of Islam does not believe that anyone should have privacy, and it forbids free will. This is how the most prominent Islamic thinker of the 20th century, his name is Sheikh Abdul Ala al-Mawdudi, and I'm going to give you a quote by him. The Islamic State is the very antithesis of secular Western democracy. In such a state, no one can regard any field of his affairs as personal or private. Considered from this aspect, the Islamic State bears a kind of resemblance to the fascist and communist state. Unquote. Al-Mawdudi also said the following: quote, Islam is a revolutionary faith. Revolutionary faith. Wherever Islam goes, there's going to be a revolution because Islam is a revolutionary faith. And he said that it comes to destroy any government made by man. Islam doesn't look for a nation to be in better condition than another nation. The goal of Islam, according to Maududi, is to rule the entire world and submit all of mankind to the faith of Islam. Any nation or power in this world that tries to get in the way of the Islamic goal, Islam will fight and destroy, unquote. Now you believe me when I say that Islam wishes to destroy any government that is not Islamic? Do such statements scare you? If not, why then does Trump scare you? If what I just said about what Islam is not scaring you, Trump is scaring you? Do you really believe that Islam, poor Islam, is the underdog in the world? Do you think it will eventually reform? A lot of people think Islam is going to reform. I doubt that. And it will never live and accept your progressive doctrine. My prediction is that progressive leftist doctrine will not survive under Islam. Thank you very much. And I'd like to tell you to go and watch and please support Jamie Glazov and the Glazov Gang. Thank you very much.